I suppose this is a topic I can't really ignore because, in fact, oddly enough, the day I consider that I want to start streaming at least every other week, if not weekly, is now. That time is now, and here we are, the day of having this news drop. Seems Twitch is partnering with another company that is going to allow it to automatically search for copyright claims in all forms of music and media, as well as ambient and game soundtracks are included in there, so that it may indeed mute and prevent any form of copyright problems and allow certain, I guess, companies to claim the rights to their music in a way. Now, this is not a topic we should really be going nuts over. It is a minor, not a minor, it's an inconvenience. I won't even say minor. It is definitely an inconvenience to people who use Twitch, who like to keep tabs on their videos on demand, or VODs as they're called, in order to allow people to watch them whether they be under a subscription paywall or not. It is definitely a way for people to rewatch and catch up on live streams that they have indeed missed during live, whether it be due to work, school, or just plain they couldn't make it. Whatever the case is, VODs have been useful in order to keep up with that kind of stuff. And what this program has done so far is mute 30 minutes for every bit of copyrighted music they can find. On the instance that they find the copyrighted music, doesn't matter how long it is, the system will then automatically mute the VOD from that point for 30 minutes. And once 30 minutes has passed, the VOD will then resume. I don't necessarily know if it finds multiple pieces of copyrighted music in 30 minutes. I imagine it just immediately goes to the next 30-minute interval and checks from there to for automatic music. But I cannot state that for sure. I have not used this system. Obviously, I'm very new to Twitch. Now, I've seen a lot of people going nuts, and I've seen in both directions, both in avid support, very minor. It's a minority in avid support, and in most cases, it's down with Twitch, or that they're completely out of line and that things are terrible right now. No, it's a system, it's the same system and debacle we had when YouTube was cracking down on copyright, where claims, even if you had such claims as to you had the rights to such music, automatic claims were constantly being dragged down, and channels were being copyright claimed because of music, even if you had the rights to. Even some developer channels on YouTube who owned the rights to the music because they created such a game, for example, were given copyright notices from companies they hadn't even heard of. That was actually a huge scandal for a little while, and YouTube has worked tirelessly for months to get it resolved, and only now, we still have remnants of it now here, but it's a lot better than it used to be. Twitch is gonna have to go through that same thing. From what I saw after talking to a friend of mine who does follow streams quite often and likes to look into this kind of stuff, who brought it to my attention, it's gonna be the same issue. Likely, this is going to be a major upset. A lot of people are going to get claimed. Some will have rights to the music. A lot of people won't. And a lot of people saw this coming. Most people were just streaming music, they were doing it because they could get away with it. But at the same time, it is a form of piracy. Back in time, way back when, in the Stone Age, we had pirate music stations that would play music for free to a wide audience, and it was pirated. You could have that music, you purchase the music for your own personal use. However, when you're broadcasting it to many people, they're not necessarily giving any money for that. Even if you use a program like Spotify, whenever you use Spotify, you give a micropayment goes to the person when you use the service, and any ads that play obviously go through there. But when it comes to Twitch, only the streamer is currently using Spotify. Thus, the issue then comes in that the many people that are watching the stream hear the music, but aren't necessarily giving any money for that. Thus, that is the biggest issue and reason why Twitch is being forced to crack down on such things to avoid lawsuits. And let's face it, they'd get sued, especially if any of the companies, bigwigs, minor companies wouldn't care as much, promotion is promotion, but the bigger companies that are stuck in older ways that don't apparently like promotion really crack down on this kind of stuff. Now, with that said, it isn't that bad to me, and having seen various people talk about it, I've seen more people talk negatively of Twitch, and some very few people are actually looking at it rationally. To me, I don't quite understand the whole cracking down on such stuff. I can understand if it's a huge base and people are quite frankly not giving cash, but the issue, especially with music and Let's Plays in many cases, if people like what they see, they will go out and look for the music or look for the game, and they'll purchase it on their own time when they can. Especially if the circumstances are well off. It's a way of promotion. So when companies go nuts about this kind of stuff, I personally don't understand it, because they're basically alienating a huge group of people who don't go and look at commercials or keep tabs on things, who look at stuff based on people they watch and subscribe to, whether it be at YouTube or Twitch, whatever. It's a great way to find new things based on what people you idolize or follow are playing or doing, whatever. So that's how my stance on the subject. What do I see with this whole Twitch thing? I see not that bad, because one thing I should really get out of the way real quick is that it's not harming live broadcasts. It's only messing with VODs. So people who are playing things live and people are watching it, it's not that they're not affected at all, not in the slightest. It's when the VODs come out that you're gonna have issues. Now, I see that this system is a good idea because it does prevent Twitch from actually being sued, and I don't think they're going to be able to handle many lawsuits, even if even if any transactions from Twitch to other companies happen. I don't think they can handle that very well. It's a risk to business operations to not do this kind of thing. What has to happen, however, is quality control. They need to be able to understand when you have the rights to certain music. You need to be able to just understand that fact. It's gonna be a while, definitely gonna be a while, but it's something that they're gonna definitely work to. They're very reliable people, and in times when Twitch has gone nuts, obviously a lot of times when their servers are overloading, it's because a lot of people are streaming, especially during the Twitch Plays Pokemon stuff. We remember how Twitch was going nuts. They worked tirelessly to fix that kind of stuff, but there's only so much you can do, and you have to put realistic expectations on Twitch. Same with YouTube, though YouTube did it to themselves for quite some time. So what do I see? I see that we have a subject that is going to make a lot of people angry, but you really should look at everything before you do this. VODs are nice, and if you really care about people catching up on VODs, create a YouTube channel if you don't have one, or use your current one. Record the streams as you do them so that you have the full version. Condense it or not, it doesn't matter, and put it on YouTube. It's not gonna get, you might get some form of copyright especially if you are using music that you're not supposed to be playing. But if it is music that you have the rights to, you will not have any problems when it comes to putting it on YouTube for a short amount of time while Twitch figures this stuff out. It's not that big of a deal. The only thing that really is of concern are the VODs and probably your hard drive if you're low on space, because that, streams do take up quite a considerable amount, especially if you're a constant streamer. That's all I really have to say on the topic. I'm definitely not one of the more informed people. If you really want to see someone who I highly idolize and want to see him talk about this kind of stuff, check out Totalbiscut on his channel. He recently, on his content patch, talked about this issue for 26 minutes, and it's what informed me to do research before talking about it. So there you go. That is the Twitch update. And I know I said I was going to talk about other things first, but this popped up so suddenly, I really didn't have the choice. I'm Avi AFK at a reunion, and I hope to see you all in the next one.